Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to tell you guys, and you probably already seen from the title of this video, but I am so happy. So for those of you that know, a couple weeks ago I mentioned that I really like Terry from the Yard Joy podcast. She has a series that every Friday she shows a finished object, which she calls Finish It Friday. And I fell in love with that series. I love watching every Friday she shows something that she finishes, and it's so stinking cute. Well, I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I was like, I really want to do that. I have so many things that I could put in, to put into this little leftovers container is what I call it. Just hundreds of projects I could come up with. And I thought, I'm going to ask Terry first if it's okay if I do the same thing. Like, we'll talk about the logistics later, but I thought, you know what, I really want to do this. So I commented on one of Terry's videos, and she replied and said she would be perfectly fine with that if I do the same thing. And I was like, yay! I'm so excited. So once I got the okay, what I did is I sat down and I thought, okay, what do I want to make? And I thought, all right, so I have these projects that I would love to do. So there's 4 categories. And some of these are things that I've had sitting around. Some of them are things that I started and never finished. Just things like that. So I have 4 categories. I have Afghans. I have dolls. So this would be dolls with crocheted bodies and plastic face or heads and plastic hands. So think of the dumpling dolls that I did, that long series. If you guys saw that, if you look in my playlists, it's a few playlists ago. I did two series of, oh man, Lollipop Lane and I don't remember the other one. Anyway, they're plastic heads with plastic hands. Yeah, there wasn't feet. I'm pretty sure there wasn't feet. Anyway, so I have the Afghans, the plastic head, hand, crocheted body dolls. And then I have dolls with crocheted dresses. And then I have amigurumi. So I have amigurumis. Like, some of them I've started and never finished. Some of them are off of Etsy that I've seen and that I'd love to make. And some of them are ones that I bought. I bought books, the pattern books off Amazon, and then I never made them. So what I have is I have those 4 categories. And what I did was, in my little box here, this used to hold a bunch of nail polish, and then I kind of got out of painting my nails because it was just, I was like, you know what, this is a waste of time. So the nail polish sat there, and then it just went bad, and then I just threw it all away. Anyway, so what I have here is I have a little leftovers container that says projects, and it's full of folded pieces of paper that I've written on. So what the papers consist of are so many Afghan projects, so many pieces of paper that say crochet body, plastic head, so many papers that say crochet dresses, and then so many papers that say Afghan. So what I'll do is I'll go in here and I'll pull one, and if I have, wait, did I say Afghan twice? Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll pull one, and then whatever the project is, if it's crochet dresses for a doll, if it's crocheted body, plastic head, or if it's amigurumi, I have a separate container for those because I didn't want to put it all in one, and I thought that's too much, and there's a whole reason I did it this way. But my plan is right now, and this could totally change. I mean, my idea is that instead of finishing it every Friday, because I still have to do tutorials, I still have 2 other channels to maintain, so I don't have exactly all the time in the world. So what I thought is, I'm going to have it as a finish it every other Friday. So today I will draw, and whatever project I get, I'm not going to like dedicate 100% of my time to get done. I'm going to work on it here and there. And depending on my time, if I, you know, like in the 2-week frame, if it's like, you know what, I've already got this done in a week, then I will go ahead and change it to finish it Friday and then show every Friday that finished item. But as of now, I'm going to keep it to every other Friday, and that way it'll give me 2 weeks before, you know, the Friday that I would show you it finished. But what I will do is like every Friday that's not the finished Friday, so like the Friday in between, I will show my progress on it. So for the Afghans that I have in here, I have, some of them are, what is it, four Afghan kits. I think 2 of them my husband bought me. One of them I bought with a friend, and then they sat and I never got around to them because I dedicate so much of my time to tutorials and designing for YouTube. And it's like, I really, really want to get these done. So another reason I decided to do this was because I feel that doing a Finish It Friday would get me going on things that I've bought or I've been gifted that I've never started. So I look at it like that. And then I also look at it as in content to show you guys, look what I made, you know. Because those of you that are like me that have people in your home that kind of don't care whenever you finish something and you're like, look what I made. And they're like, oh yeah, that's nice. It's like, really? I worked so hard for that. Anyway, those of you that know what I'm talking about, you get it. But today is our very first draw for our very first project. And I'm so excited to do it because let me tell you, I have put a lot of time into doing all these little papers and organizing everything because I like to have it all nice and neat. So I'm going to quit yapping and we're going to get in to the first project. Now, I did forget to say, for those Afghans, some of them are, you know, solid work Afghans and some of them are blocks or mandalas that you put together. So I'm no way do I plan on finishing an Afghan in 2 weeks. I will probably work a few rows and then put it back and go from there. Or if it's blocks or mandalas that you put together, I will probably make 3 or 4, 2 or 3 depending on the time frame, and put that to the side and go on to the next. So having said that, after I've done this for a few weeks, the dolls and the doll dresses I'll have done, and that'll get whittled down, but I'll still have plenty of Afghans, you know, in here because I won't have those done. Anyway, let's do this. I'm so excited. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I hope it's something I don't have to go shopping for because I don't have money right now. Oh, and I did put a few pieces in here that say break, so like I get a break, and I hope that's not what I just drew. Ah! It's an Afghan kit. It's a green one, and let me tell you guys this. Well, let me grab the kit, and I have an entire story to tell you guys. I gotta pause this. Okay. So let me set this to the side. So this is an Afghan kit that my husband bought me. It's from Hirschner's, right? Yep, Hirschner's. Fields of Green Afghan. Green is one of my husband's favorite colors. Orange is actually his favorite, but this is, I would say, he would say second. I have to tell you, for the last... Man, what has it been? Probably the last, I'm going to say month and a half. What I should have started with. He bought this for me probably 3 years ago. Yeah, I would say he bought this for me like 3 years ago. And I never started it. And then for like the last 3 months, he's been like, you know, you never did make that Afghan for me. Remember that green Afghan that I got you, that kit I wanted you to make for me, and you never made it for me? I'm still waiting on that green Afghan that I bought you. And I cannot believe that is the first one I just drew out of that container. That is fate. That is fate if I've ever heard of it. That is fate. All right, let me open this and I will just show you guys the pattern up close and the yarn while we're at it. And I've got a bunch of little containers set out. Where did I put them? Oh, they're back there. Anyway, I didn't buy. I have some baskets and some containers to keep my projects in as we go. But this looks to be a chevron, like a holy chevron, if you can see that. If you look right here, you can see it really well. Let's see. So the yarn says it's a 2-weight. Fine. And I would say, yeah, I mean, that's pretty accurate. A 2-weight. I'm going to focus on my finger and not my face. That is way brighter than it is in real life. Like I would call this like a little bit of an olive, maybe a little, oh, olive. All right, so we have the finished size is going to be 45 by 50. It's an intermediate pattern. Bum, bum, bum. You'll need a 4mm. One pattern right here, stitch guide, directions. It is a 4-row repeat, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4-row repeat, and you repeat that until you have 106 rows. For those of you that know, some of these patterns that Hirschner's and these kits, some of them are really confusing the way they're written, and that's what I was reading. Some of it's a little, like, I have never heard of this. Machine wash warm, dry on low, remove from dryer while still damp. Oh, forget it, never mind. My mind was somewhere else when I was reading that. When changing color. Okay. So yay! A project I don't have to buy anything for. So let's see. I will probably work. I'm going to start with working 10 rows. And, you know, depending how my time is and how long that takes me, how hard is this pattern to get adjusted to, I may just, bump it up more. And you guys will find out next Friday if it's done or not. Well, it's not going to be done, obviously. But what I meant was 10 or 20 rows. And I'll show you what I got. And then the next Friday, well, let me start that over. So next Friday, I will show you my progress. The next Friday, I'll show you my even more progress. And then this Afghan will get put to the side. And then we'll draw a new project. Now, obviously, I will leave that one out so I don't draw it again. And, yeah, we'll go from there. Now, here's a part that I need your guys' opinion about. I have went through this and debated and debated and debated what to do with this. My mother-in-law's Lord's Prayer fillet project, what I'm trying to say is that I want to add that to this because I'm afraid it'll get pushed to the side and I'll never work on it. But on the other hand, I don't want to, because I want to work on, like, I want to keep things separate. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I know you guys, trust me, I know I suck at trying to explain things or use my words. What I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to keep YouTube, that fillet project, and Finish It Friday project separate. And a part of me wants to keep it like that. Then another part of me is like, you know what? If I don't add it to the Finish It Friday projects, it's going to get pushed to the side and never worked on. So I want to know your guys' opinion. Do you think I should add it to the Finish It Friday container, or do you think I should keep it to the side and maybe set a schedule to where and be very strict with this schedule because I want to get this project done, and maybe set it as you know, set a schedule to where maybe, you know, I do like 10 rows a week, you know, something like that. Which, I mean, that's not unreasonable. That's doable. That's completely doable. But if I add it to the Finish It Friday container and put 10 rows for every time I draw it, that could be, you know what, I think I'm literally just sitting here talking myself into setting a schedule, doing 10 rows every week. Because the more I talk about it, I may not draw out of my container, I may not draw the Lord's Prayer fillet for months. So I just talked myself into it. I need to just set a schedule to 10 rows a week. Find time. You have to work on 10 rows. Either I stay up late and get it done, or do it first thing in the morning, a couple rows a day. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I just talked myself into it. So, all right. So, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to tell my husband that this is the first thing I drew. Oh, if you guys could just, the number of times he said something to me over the last 3 months, that is so funny. Anyway, project number 1. I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.